All right. I think that we're feeding out live out there to the folks out in the world. Let me know if we're coming in loud and clear, audio and all that kind of stuff is working good. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. As you guys come into the chat here, just press those arrows ups. I see Walter's in the chat, claiming his credit for being first. And Real Cujo, shout out to Real Cujo. He says, "Good evening,
Okay.
all. Sorry for BWE's passing. Where can we donate tonight in memory of him?" I didn't get something up in the links, but I will. So Lola, I think that the Rich, the Give Send Go is still active, right? We'll
Yeah,
find
it's
out from
give send
John.
go slash HOFF.
Yeah. So thank you. There you go. And then Real Cujo gave us $20, which he says for the Hoff.
Wow.
So there you go. I will share that right now before we get all going. But there, let's see if I can get. There you go. From Cujo 74, $20. Thank you, much
Thank you,
appreciated.
Cujo.
Yeah, we'll make
Good
sure we
man.
get that off to the Hoffs folks out there. All right, so let me run this the traditional way. I usually do it. You guys are, if you're joining us live on Utreon, you already know this. But if you are watching later on YouTube or listening on audio and you want to know why we're going live from Utreon, that's because YouTube does not let us hold shooters. Guns like this MP5 that I have in my hand that was personally built by the Hoff. Yes, that's right. That's what I'm saying. The Hoff built this gun, and I will forever keep this gun. I will be proud. I was proud to actually get this gun from Richard Hoffman. We'll talk about that later as we go on here. But we do this on Utreon / Who Moved My Freedom because they let us hold shooters, and that's the way that it goes. Oh, I see John Crump is joining us. I'm throwing him up
Okay.
in here. All right, so there you go. That's why we're on Utreon. And that being said, let me hit the button. We'll get this kicked off right now.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not so free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, so here we go. Let me get everyone loaded up in here. I'm just going to throw people into the thing.
Yep,
Let's
same question. That's why we're here tonight, is because we want to equip you
I
with
don't
some
know.
skills to be able
Who's
to
who's that coming from?
Sorry, that's me.
This
Oh,
can't doing
okay.
nothing anymore.
I have an idea what that is, but okay, let's get the jazz hands going. Come on, this one is for the Hoff jazz hands. Let's see, John. I better see those jazz hands. Damn it! There you go. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 968, entitled "This One Is for the Hoff." This is our tribute to Richard Hoffman, our friend that passed away on Monday. So yeah, we're gonna do this for the Hoff. I think that he will enjoy us talking about him.
He definitely will. He definitely will.
Yes.
And if
Go ahead.
Amanda and Nick are out there, I did tell them that we are going to be doing this. Just know, like I've told you guys before, I just want to say it again that our prayers are with you.
Absolutely. Yes. Thanks for that, John. John is the one who brought the bad news to me, I guess, yesterday. That's the way to put it. And what I wanted to do, John, before we get into anything else, we're gonna spend the whole night talking about Richard Hoffman and like, I could tell you guys something. John told me this. I went and wrote something. I cried like a big baby. I didn't actually expect to do that, but we're talking about someone that I spent time with in person, in real life, as well as here on the air, that we all spent time with and hung out with and all that. So I'm not ashamed of saying that I did cry like a big baby. So there you go. But I wanted to put up this article that John wrote that's in AmmoLand News here, so we can take a look at it. I'll read from this. This is in AmmoLand News. You guys can look it up if you want to. Legendary gunsmith Richard Hoffman passes away at 58, Longwood, Florida. On Monday morning, the gun world lost one of the most prolific submachine gun builders. Richard Hoffman of BWE Firearms succumbs to his battle with colon cancer. And there's a picture of Richard and his son and daughter here. Richard cut his teeth in the submachine gun world by working for the legendary Sam Cummings at Inner Arms in Alexandria, Virginia. He became one of the company's top gunsmiths. He would leave the company after the death of Cummings and move to Orlando, Florida, to start BWE Firearms with his wife Mickey. Richard concentrated on gun building and repair. His wife ran the day-to-day operations of the company. The company would see explosive customer growth, and Richard's knowledge of machine guns would attract gun owners from around the industry. Not only did American gun owners seek out his unique skills, but Richard's knowledge of Uzis was also so revered that IWI from Israel would refer customers from around the world to contact Richard for support for their Uzis. The amount of National Firearms Act NFA items that the company was working on would cause the Hoffmans to decide to exclusively concentrate on machine guns. On any given week, BWE Firearms would have anything from a Thompson submachine gun to an M2 Browning 50 caliber machine gun in the shop. Whatever part could be resourced to repair a firearm, Richard could make it himself. His skills were so revered that people would wait up to a year to have Richard work on their machine guns. Many customers claimed their guns ran better after Richard worked on them. Richard was also a firearms historian. Not only could he repair any machine gun in the world, but he understood the history of the firearm and the company that produced it. Richard became an expert for many firearms personalities, journalists, and publications. He would never change for history lessons or to answer questions about guns.
Never charge.
Oh, never charge. I'm sorry, my bad. His philosophy was that the more people who possess his knowledge about firearm history, the more we could preserve our rights. Do you want to go on to read some of this so I'm just not reading the whole time, John?
Me? No,
You
you're
got the
doing
article? Okay, all right. Here, let me make sure I got you guys up in here too while I'm doing this. Richard believed in the right to bear and keep arms. His battles with the the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives. I'm just laughing because, yeah, I know what's coming here. We're legendary, from telling them to come back and remember to bring body bags to telling them they were dumbasses. Richard would never let what he saw as an unconstitutional agency intimidate him. In the weeks leading up to his death, he said his plan after he died was to come back and haunt ATF Director Steve Dettelbach. 2 years ago, Hoff began to feel sick. He tried to tough it out, but he wasn't getting better. At the urging of his wife, he sought medical care. When he was examined, he was immediately sent to the hospital for emergency surgery. Hoff would end up getting part of his intestine removed. Doctors would discover that he had stage 4 colon cancer. He was always resistant to getting colonoscopy, a decision that he regretted and something he would advocate for others to get at age 45. Facing his own mortality, he decided to share his knowledge of firearms and firearms history by creating the BWE Firearms YouTube channel. He saw many talented gunsmiths pass away and take their knowledge with them. He wanted to leave his knowledge behind before he got too sick. Richard wouldn't give up the fight. He sought chemotherapy treatment for his cancer, but his illness continued to progress. His wife would work extra hours at BWE Firearms to help cover for her husband. Last year, his wife suffered a major heart attack and tragically passed away. Mickey was the love of Richard's life, but he would continue to fight for his 2 children. Richard would win many battles against cancer, but not every war is winnable. 3 weeks ago, I received a call from him saying he would be moving on from this world soon. The doctor said he had around 3 weeks to a month to live. He entered hospice and was given palliative care. I have to look that one up. Palliative care. That's something I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you could tell us, John. He wasn't scared for himself.
Basically, it's end of life care.
Okay.
Keep them comfortable.
Okay. He wasn't scared for himself, but was worried about his children. Even when he was close to the end, he was concerned about others over himself. And this is a quote from me that we posted on social media. He was a loving husband and a father and a passionate supporter of the Second Amendment. Our world is a darker, sadder place without his light and levity, and our hearts are broken for his children. Our beloved subgun competitor and gunsmith was truly among the best and the last of his kind here on earth. This is John says the YouTube personality Hank Strange told Amaland News, "May Almighty God hold him and his wife closely in heaven and bless his family as they and us grieve deeply for his loss. Richard passed away peacefully in his sleep. He is survived by his 2 children, Amanda and Nicholas. A Give Send Go was set up to help with expenses for the celebration of his life. Hoff was adamant that we didn't use GoFundMe because he viewed it as an anti-gun company and said that if they are anti-gun, then F them." There you go. So great article, John. Thanks for writing that. I'll let you or Rich or Joe, anyone who wants to talk, go for it.
Hey, I'll be right back in 1 second.
Okay. All right.
Well, I guess that's not Crumpy then.
Yeah. It's you.
I was always worried
Rich.
about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was always worried about Hoffman holding too much in and not sharing his true thoughts because I really think that was detrimental to his health and holding back.
Right. So listen, we all had either, like Rich was on my show or on with you, Rich, and John, or with you, Joe, as well, and even Dark. Hopefully, we'll get Dark to come in as well as some other guys here. So I want to invite everyone, including the folks out there in the chat, to let us know your memories. We'll put it all up here. I want to spend this whole 2 hours, this show, talking about Richard Hoffman. Anyone who wants to go for it, go for it. Let me get some comments. Jen Champ Jr. says, "What's up, all? Condolences to the Hoffman family. He'll be missed." Yeah, go ahead.
I'm back. I'm just doing something to make Hoff proud.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're starting trouble. Always, yes.
Well, that would make Hoff proud. I mean, that's
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Let's see. SHF Walt says, "Does anyone know if he had his NFA stuff in order?" I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
I'm not really sure. I mean, he went downhill pretty damn quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking probably not. The family's probably going to need some help with that. Right now, they're still decompressing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good question. How can the folks in the gun world help his family with that? Like, do we need an expert, or how do we do that?
Yeah, I think we're going to need an expert, but right now we just need to. We need to just give the family some time. I've been getting emails from people.
Mm-hmm.
But we just need to give the family some time.
Yeah. So right now what they need to do is give Richard his last rites and, and go through their process. It's, it's not an easy one. I know how it is, having lost my mom. And I think probably everyone here has gone through something like that. So, we'll get through that, and then that other stuff will get worked out as well. Yeah. Okay. Any other comments from anyone? Let me throw this picture up here. This is what I threw up. I know Rich was on more shows. This is just like from 4 episodes that Rich was on. Just so that you guys could see that even when he was in pain and stuff like that, he was a character, man. He was a fighter. He was an ass kicker. Yeah. And I think he'll be happy to hear us tell like all his crazy stories and not just like cry, but laugh and have fun in his name. So, yeah.
Can you imagine if everybody stood up to the ATF like Hoffman did? It's like, hey, by the way, come back and bring lots of body bags. No, I mean it.
Right.
I think the firearms
that was.
Yeah, it'll be a different landscape.
It would be a completely different landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't deal with the ATF. I'm just some Joe Schmo that builds guns in his garage. But if all the FFLs, SOTs just called the ATF, said, yeah, go F yourself. You don't have enough body bags. I think the world would be a dramatically better place if there were more people like Hoffman.
Hopefully we see some of that, man. I think there's some states that are like with this stuff going on with the pistol brace rule, right? There's some states pushing back against this, right, John?
Yeah, the pistol brace rule. There's the majority of the country is pushing back against pistol brace rule. There's 26 states right now.
Yeah.
Texas and DOA, and then there's FRAC with the other 25.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but from what I heard, there's some states that are actually saying we're not gonna follow your stupid rules. I think Montana is one of those.
Yeah, Montana is their AG. I've been sending out press releases every day about it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So memories, favorite memories. I'm gonna let you guys. Who wants to jump in here and talk about favorite funny memories? Richard Hoffman. Don't leave anything out. I mean, he didn't leave anything.
When we turn. When yo the
What are you looking? Do you want to tell people what you're looking at? I think I know what you're looking at over there.
No, we have something called Operation Mayhem going. I was going to name it Operation HOFF, where we infiltrated Gifford's gun owners for safety thing.
Is that going on right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're getting a lot of questions, like, for example, how do we push for permitless carry and still let them know we support gun safety? There's one about like yo, how much of a is gun owner for safety a farce? What is your actual experience with guns?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you post the link to this somewhere?
I made a video and encouraged everyone to join.
Okay. Yeah. So if
I
they
made
go
a community post.
Yeah, you made a community post, Joe. Okay.
Yep.
And
I thought it was supposed to be on the DL, so I just signed up for the event.
Yeah, I think my head would explode listening to the Giffords people.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna turn it. I'm recording it.
Yeah. So
that's going on right now.
Yeah. So listen, let's get to memories. First of all, I remember. I'll start it off because you guys don't. You guys are taking your time. Let me see if I can go to see this MP5 here. Richard Hoffman built this, and I want to say something. He fucking hated MP5s.
Oh yeah.
Despised MP5s.
Well, that's
He's
why
the spring on the extractor is only good for 500 rounds.
Right. Yeah. What's that, John?
Well, that's why I didn't put my MP5 behind me. I put my little masterpiece from Mac 11 clone.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but he hated MP5s. He was a Uzi guy and other submachine guns. He was actually a competitive submachine gun guy, and I think he did like 9mm, 22, a whole bunch of different things. But he hated MP5s. This receiver for this gun. So the backstory of this is that actually Babyface found these two cut up receivers at a local gun store that belonged to actually the GPD. That's I guess we're not supposed to say that, but whatever. It belonged to them. I think it belonged to their SWAT unit. They got cut up, and the kits were being sold, so we bought those kits. Babyface put his together. I am nowhere near even like dreaming about being that good. And Hoffman actually had a receiver, even though he hated these things. And we worked out a thing where he put this together for me. And I'd like to, let me see, I'm going to go to the camera here so I could, my phone, so I could do some close-ups so I could show you guys. And show this off a little bit here. Let's see, let's pull this up. Hold on.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. Yes. So check it out. Right there, it says BWE Firearms, Longwood, Florida. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yep. BR5 9mm REIO 0001.
I thought that said. I thought the serial was. Okay, yeah, it was Hank.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he called it the H&K. That was an idea that I had. He did lots of cool stuff that he did with MP5s. Even though he didn't like them, he had some really good ideas for them, including this red dot mount that comes along with it. Some really cool stuff that he did. And this is a beautiful gun if I show you guys this here. So this
Wait,
will always
how
be
do you
my.
get the Hank stamped in that?
I think he did that. I want to say he did that with a laser or something. We'll have to go back and see. But even there's like a little skull in there. I drew out. I drew out the. I drew out what I wanted, and I think he lasered it in. I could be wrong,
Oh, that's
but
crazy looking.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But he did a great job. I'm very proud of this. Big shout out to him for that, and anyone who has like an MP5 or any gun that he worked on. He worked on a lot of stuff.
Hank, is
What's up?
that a neutered MP5 or is that a full auto MP5?
It is not full auto.
Oh,
Alex
what
Besco has entered the chat.
Who?
Alex Besco has entered the chat.
Oh, the guy from SB Tactical.
No, that Besco. It was
Oh,
guy,
Besco. Oh, that's.
he's a guy from our community.
Oh, okay. Oh, Bosco is the guy from SB Tactical. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's in that thing that you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Brass Catcher says R.I.P. to a true patriot, and what is this? SHF Walt said Hoff did say that. I heard him say it in person. That's true. So Gorillas and Guns say may the Hoff. He says may the Hoff rest in sweet, beautiful peace. He suffers no more. He was definitely a master of his craft. So there you go. Yeah. That dude was in a lot of pain, but still going, man. I'll give it to him.
oh yeah.
Yeah, last time I was not the last time I came down, but the time before that, when I came down to Florida, I stopped in to see him, and he was in good spirits. I was right around the time, a little bit after his wife passed, and he was making me laugh. Just the stuff he was saying. With the amount of pain he was in, but he was still able to have like a sense of humor and just be like himself. It was nice.
Yeah, I think he genuinely gave zero fucks, man. A lot of people say that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I have a picture. I'll send to you, Hank. It's one of my favorite photos of him. We were down there, and he's like, "Oh, here's a full auto MP5," and he's holding his Cat's Eye Uzi. And as the photo's being taken, he tries to lean in and kiss my head, and I'm like, "What's the matter with you?" It's just like,
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. All right, so yeah, I think that's just coming through now, Joe. Joe, how did you first meet the Hoff? Did you first see him on air?
I saw him on your show, and I really liked his knowledge of Uzis and stuff like that, and the fact that he was like, "Oh, I'm a gunsmith," and that was right when around the same time I was trying to find a job in the industry, and I was in between trying to get a job in the industry, but also I was graduating college from SDI, and then he was on John's show later on in life. Yeah, that's the Hoff.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're turning red.
Yeah. It was he went on, then he was on John's show, and then that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna reach out to him. I would like to get him on the show, and he always came on my show, and we had great conversations, made me laugh. He called me. I sometimes would call him for like advice when it came to like certain guns, and he wasn't just Uzis and machine guns. He also would work on Remington 1100s and tournament, and he had conversions that he was able to do to make them SBSs, but run with like anything. So I'd call him occasionally if I was stuck on something. He would always be willing to help, and he was a good friend. It hit me pretty hard yesterday. I cried all day yesterday, and I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah.
It was not a fun phone call to get, and I'm glad that I I'm glad I had a chance to meet him in person and have the time I did with him, because he meant that much to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things I liked about him, he liked to talk, man. He was a man after my own
Mm-hmm.
heart with that. He definitely he definitely liked to chop it up and stuff like that, and that's a cool thing. I think that's the most important thing we can all do with each other. Is just talk to each other. So,
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I
it was always
I would
fun
talk
getting a
to
call
him.
from him.
Oh yeah, it was. I would talk to him at least once or twice a week,
mm-hmm,
just shooting the shit. Um,
mm-hmm,
it meant a lot to me because clearly you guys know what's been going on with me over the past
mm-hmm,
year, but
mm-hmm,
when shit kind of hit the fan with me, and I was I'm still in the process of getting divorced. Haven't really said that publicly yet, but Hoff called me because I took 6 weeks off, and he called me one morning at like 11 a.m. And I remember I went drinking the night before, and I had way too much, and I was hungover as hell. And he called me to check in on me because he kind of heard through the grapevine what was going on, and we had a very good conversation. He just reassured me everything was going to be okay, and I'll never forget that. So
mm-hmm.
that's why it just he's a true friend,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna miss him.
I think he took to you because you're what you do, man. What you do for a living. He probably saw you as that young generation. You know, coming up, and I'm sure he empathized with what it was like for him, man. That dude. How many years, John? I think you've got the bio, right? Like he started doing this way back in the days, right? Like 70s or something.
I know. He started doing it in the late 80s,
Late
like
80s.
88.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, he started doing it in the late 80s. He went to
Mm-hmm.
work for Intertech and worked
Mm-hmm.
there. He has some crazy stories from the Intertech days.
It had to be, man. Those are the cowboy
Oh
days.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to he told a story one time, I think, and I think it was either on my podcast or on John's show, where they were doing like audits or stuff like that, and it was just like stuff would just be like, where is this? And then they ended up finding it, and it's just the craziness he had to deal with. And then
Mm-hmm.
the funniest part was when he told me that he managed to melt a Walther P99. Like just melt the frame completely.
Yeah. Those he when he was on, he told us some of those stories in different podcasts about what it was like back in those days, man, in the 80s. Everything was nuts, you know. And I'm sure it was tough for him to see how like I don't know if the ATF was always politicized like this and used as a political tool, but I know over time it really became that's what it became. That's what we're dealing with nowadays. So, yeah. So I also know, like, in the vein of you talking, what you're doing as a gunsmith, right? Um, one of the things he wanted to do, I think, was pass on that knowledge. I know he made lots of videos. They're out there. John, do you know the social media from Hoffman is going to exist out there or not exist?
They're not going to take it down. They're not going to take it down. I'm thinking
Okay.
about ripping the whole entire site just in case YouTube does YouTube things.
Pull it down. Okay. Did he ever port things over to Utreon? I think he did. I know we.
I thought he was on alternate sites also.
Yeah. 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 Hopefully he is over there, but I think that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're kicking it with cancer thing that he was starting. His daughter's still going to run with that.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah. I'm running in some. This is like an old episode here that I'm running in right now. So I think this might have been the last one that Hoff was on. So, just I'm gonna run in some random things as we go through here. All right, John, Rich, you guys got any memories that you want to share? I'll see if there's anyone in the chat that has anything.
Well,
go ahead, John.
Hoffman told a story, inventory story at Intertech, where there was a crate of what was it? It was
I
some
think it was
full auto,
Thompson's. I want to say it was Thompson's.
Thompson's?
and they were going missing. There were less and less of them. and one of the C-level executives was coming in on the weekend and making off with them.
Yeah.
He,
yeah, right.
I was at his shop,
Mhm.
and somebody called up, and I don't know if this is like an ATF plant or whatever.
Mhm.
The guy was asking him to convert a gun, I think it was an AR-15 to full auto. He was asking how he could do it and what he needs to do and if he could help him.
Yeah. That's just crazy. How did he react to that? I know I've gotten
Oh, he put
calls
it
like
on
that.
speaker, and
Okay.
we're just laughing.
Right. Haven't you guys ever gotten calls like that? I know I've gotten those calls where people are like, yeah, how can I make my AR a machine gun? How can I make it full
When,
auto?
when I had
I've
when I
never
had
had
a
that.
Really?
when I had a gun shop, I would. It was like
Mhm.
nice job, bad boy.
Right. Not today. Not today.
Right.
Yeah, there's a
So
big honeypot going on right now. And Hoff would always sometimes I'll be like, Hoff, look at this, and he would just like laugh his ass off. He's like, those fucking ATF agents, do they really think anybody's gonna fall for their fucking bullshit?
So this weekend I was posting, I was using a ghost gunner to mill out a bunch of AR-15s. Somebody hits me up. Somebody DMs me. So not somebody that follows me. They DM me and they're like, "Hey, I got a Ghost Gunner 3 and I need the cut codes and I don't know how to download them or where to find them. Could you send them to me?" And it's like, Fed boy,
Right.
go F yourself. It's like it's. I don't want to say the website because this is going to go on YouTube, but the website where you bought the damn thing from, there's a download button. I didn't even say that, but it's like, really?
Yeah.
Who knows? They could be in California or one of these states trying to set me up. I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah.
One of the things about Hoff, and is really funny. The last time I talked to him, there's a guy named Man Against the Masses, and he made a meme that says, since I'm close to being gone, I want to bequeath my colostomy bag to the ATF. I called Hoff and I told him about the meme, and he got really sad, and he was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh man, I must have said something wrong." And he goes, I'm just disappointed. And I was like, "Oh man," because he said I'm going to be gone soon, and I figured that was. He goes, "I really wish he would have used like poo bag instead."
Or shit bag or something like that you probably don't want to say.
I think it was like what is it like?
Poo pocket.
Poo pocket. Yeah, I wish it would have said poo pocket instead. So he wasn't mad that he said that he was going to be passing away soon. But he said, he was upset that he used colostomy bag instead of poo pocket.
Yeah,
it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
But he liked the meme. He liked the meme. So Man Against Masses, if you're out there, Hoff really, really liked the meme. I talked to him a lot. And one of the last things I said to him was, Hoff, I just want you to know we all love you. We all care about you. And he said, I know.
Well, that's good.
I said that same thing. I called him before we found out that he was that sick, and I was on my way to my dad's. And I called him because I knew he wasn't feeling good, and I was just calling to check in, see how he's doing. And then that's when he told me that he was like, I don't got that much longer to live, Joe. I'm going home on hospice. And I just kept saying, no, man, you're gonna fight this. And he's like, listen, man, I gotta be realistic. And we had a good conversation. Last thing I said to him was, I was like, I love you, bud, and you call me if you ever need to talk because I'm gonna be here. And that was the last time I spoke to him. I tried calling him recently. I understand with everything was going on, his phone was probably blown up, but I didn't really accept it. That was because I was like, Hoff's a fighter. He's going to fight this. And then just got, I don't know.
Mhm.
And then I think that's why it hit me a little bit harder yesterday, because like I was like kind of like it's coming, but like I wasn't ready to accept it.
Mhm. Yeah. You know, I mean, this is unfortunately how things are, man. Cancer is fucked up, man. You know, if there's anything that deserves people's hate, you know, right on top of the list would
Well,
be
Joe
cancer.
Biden's curing it, so
Yeah,
that's
okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
him and Fauci.
So did any of you guys, I know I didn't get a chance to go to the last IV 8888. I know Hoff went out there. Who got a chance to go out there?
Oh,
I
no,
did.
none of
That
us.
that hurricane screwed us all up.
My,
Yeah, my flight was canceled.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think about it. It would have been stupid easy for me to drive up to Hoffman's and drive with him because he did that solo.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could have rode up with him. That would have been easy share on the driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that I thought was just very sweet of him was I called him after, like, "Hey, how was the shoot?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was okay. It was fun, you know." He brought a stuffed animal with him that was his wife's, and it actually had his wife's ashes in it. So he had his wife there in spirit, and I was like, that is the sweetest thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that is. I know that he really, really wanted to do that, and yeah, it's unfortunate that everyone couldn't, for different reasons. We all couldn't get up there, but I know he wanted to do that to. I think in his mind, he wanted to have that last hurrah, with the gun community. They don't do the what is that thing in Kentucky?
Knob Creek.
Yeah, they don't do Knob Creek anymore, and I think that was like one of those things, an opportunity to do that stuff and get that out there. So
I still love his stories when he said he did SHOT Show one year and he was right next to the ATF booth.
yeah. Yeah. You know what? I don't think we ever. I'm trying to see if we ever had him on when we had that ATF agent on, and I can't. I don't think so. The two of them were never on together, were they? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't recall them being on together.
Yeah, that
But
one would
it
have
was
been
funny.
interesting. That
Yeah.
one would have definitely been interesting.
Yeah.
So Hoffman would tell the story. He had a 22 Gatling gun that he built, and the ATF agent's like, "Oh, you ever hook up an electric screwdriver to that? An electric drill?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "That'd be illegal."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Well, why don't you bring it down? We'll do it." He's like, "No."
He was like, "No, get away from me, please."
Yeah. Always trying to you know what, those guys are always trying to entrap people. I think that's what John was talking about. There's a couple of different things going on right now, right? There's
I still get solvent trap ads.
Yeah, but there's the one that I know I saw of.
Aw.
What?
Oh, I was kicked.
Who kicked you?
You're kicked off the Giffords conference.
Were you putting?
Because they said that a good guy with a gun is a myth. Then I pointed out FBI statistics says 34% of all mass shootings are stopped by good guys with guns.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the moderators are in there going through, especially if they have a problem with people, being in there. They're going through and kicking people out. So
yeah, hold on.
When I logged in, it said I couldn't comment.
Oh, you couldn't? They turned off comments?
It said I couldn't comment, so I just logged out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think right now there was one that John sent me where there's someone's got a bump stock for sale.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah.
Well,
People need to
to
know what you could buy and you cannot buy. Do not buy those things, okay? It's not worth it. Go ahead.
On
go ahead.
Armslist, there was a Glock 18 lower for sale.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I'm sorry. No. It was a Glock 18. The lower was sawed, the grip. But what makes a Glock 18 full auto is in the slide. It's the grip is the same as any other Glock, Glock 19 basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure that was a honeypot. There's this one. It says it's a truck parts website, and they have fluid traps there and all sorts of different styles and designs of fluid traps. But I'm sure it's a Chinese site trying to be like rednecky American.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, either is a honeypot, if they're feeding the data to the ATF immediately. But that stuff just scares the heck out of me. That you could, you know, maybe naively, maybe not be on 100% defense all the time and just fall into that, and just from dumb things, you know, get trapped into it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people out there. So we're the kind of gun guys. We're always looking in the news and aware of things that are going on and all that. But most of the folks out there aren't aware of those things. So there's definitely going to be people that aren't even aware that they turn bump stocks into machine guns, for example. You know,
Right,
people just
right.
don't keep up with all that news and they won't know those things. So
The Wish.com Glock switch.
hmm yeah, I think those are still out there for sale. People are still selling those things. You know, you still, like you were talking about the solvent traps, all that stuff is still
Oh
going
yeah,
on out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I'm going way back in my phone. If anyone notices me looking down at my phone, I'm trying to come up. I have to go like way back and try to come up with. I'm like in the cloud right now,
Hoffman,
man. Stuff is
he had a
loading from the cloud.
story.
Mm-hmm.
So he had somebody calling him about, I guess, building a machine gun, converting a machine gun, something about a machine gun. So Hoffman called the ATF, and he said, "Hey, I arranged for the guy to come to my house because, you know, his shop was at his house, you know, at a certain time and date." And the
Yep, I remember this
ATF
one.
guy was waiting there for the guy to come to the door.
Right.
Well, the guy that came to the door was an FBI agent, and the ATF agent knew who it was. So it's like they're all anxious that they're gonna like
They're locking
score.
each other up.
And Hoff's just sitting there like, I don't care about you guys. It was one of the funnier ones I ever remembered was I had him on my show one night, and now he lived in the Orlando area, and he wasn't really into Disney. He liked it, but he loved to go. Him and his kids like going to SeaWorld. They got season pass. So one day he's on the show, and he has this like massive like pimp cup of red fruit juice, whatever it was that he got from a SeaWorld festival, and he's just drinking it. And I'm like, Hoff, that's like so baller right now. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, this is the blood of my enemies, and he's just like sipping it. And I'm like, how was SeaWorld? He's like, oh, dude, it was awesome. It's the best. I came home with so much food. It was awesome.
Yeah, they had some sort of food festival that I always went to.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'd go home with so much leftovers. It's not even funny. I'm like, good.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. All right, let me get some comments in here from people. I think John is dealing with the kids right now. So let's see. We'll get him back on here. So the Armsman said, "Hate cancer, man. So unfortunate. It was funny how every channel he got on was immediately demonetized. Hoff was the realist."
I couldn't get a monetized show if he was on.
Oh really?
Nope. Within I didn't even if his name was in the title,
Right.
I didn't even have to hit review. It was automatically nope, not happening.
We came up with so many different things. We would not put his name in there. We would just put BWE. You know, we wouldn't put the firearms part. We tried like all the tricks in the book. But I get, eventually they catch on to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they catch on to everything. So, yeah, we've tried.
Hoff's the reason why John got his like one and only strike on the live stream.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, well, it was the video got pulled. No, that wasn't the one and only strike.
What was this? What was
Hoffman? Yeah.
Yeah, what
Hoffman
happened there?
used the British term for cigarettes.
Oh, okay. Okay. And that immediately, that algorithm just captured that immediately. Huh? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it. Show went dark.
Yeah. I remember sometimes Walter and Hoffman would be on, and I was just like, "Oh my god, yeah." I'm just gonna sit back here and wait for the lights to go out.
Right.
You know,
For sure.
Yeah, but sometimes it was weird. Like sometimes two curmudgeons cancel each other out. You guys ever notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like two curmudgeons just become peaceful. You know, in the same environment, and then they don't get as crazy as usual. Yeah, Walter said British smokes.
Yes.
And
He
Jet
made
Chan-
him look tame.
Yeah. Yeah, Walt said he made me look tame. I know. I think, Walter's coming on later, but I remember Walter saying one day, like, geez, okay. Like, everyone thought Walter was the wild man.
Well, I always
So-
used to joke. I was like, one day I want to get Hoffman liquored up so he doesn't hold back and really speaks his mind.
Right, okay.
And he always said, I don't really need liquor. Don't care.
Yeah. And of course, you, Rich, you and him always, you guys were known as the two dicks.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if I ever got you all on with Richard Monder and we did three dicks. I don't know. Lola always got mad when I said anything about that.
Wait.
So
If Lola's mad, it's usually I'm responsible. So
yeah. But did we ever do three dicks? Did we do Flying Rich, Richard Hoffman, and Richard Monder? I don't know.
I don't think so.
We never will.
Because I don't think I've
We never will.
I don't think I've ever been on with Richard Monder.
No?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe.
We'll see if we can make that happen when he comes stateside again. He's supposed to be coming
Yeah,
stateside.
I was supposed to meet him in Miami, and apparently we're like 30 feet apart, and I missed him
Okay. Walter said, I got
a
your
couple of weeks
curmudgeon.
back.
And Gorillas and Guns says the double dick episodes. The double dick episodes. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
I'm back. I'm
and-
sorry about that.
Oh, okay. What happened?
No, one of my accounts got kicked out, so I had to go. So I
Of the
went to the other
Giffords campaign.
Yeah, and he said, and the guy's like, a good guy with a gun is a myth. And I said, well, the FBI says that 35% of all mass shootings are stopped by good guys with guns. He's like, well, we prefer to use the Secret Service data. I said, all right, well, what does that say? He said 30%. People with firearms only stop 3% of all mass shootings. I was like, oh, then you must not believe in COVID deaths then.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what got you kicked.
Yeah.
No, this is my other one.
Yeah.
I said you must not believe in COVID deaths dead because COVID deaths there's a lot less. It's under 1%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, obviously John appreciates being a troll. I'm sure he's got multiple troll accounts. So check it out. I scrolled, man, I don't know if you guys know, my phone is so hot from scrolling back right now.
Oh.
Check this out. So there's Walter and Rich and look at that.
Oh,
STG 44.
Yep.
STG-44 is a
Sturmgewehr. I think this is the only
let me
time I
fire it,
actually
but-
shot one, right? I think this is the only time I actually shot one with Rich.
He was gonna let me fire. He was gonna let me fire that at the IV-88 thing, but
You let everybody shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That like made Christian Gress trip at IV-88.
Mhm.
Him and Christian Gress and his wife went to IV-88 this year, and
Mhm.
they got a chance to meet Hoff, and they were like, "Oh, it was, they that made their trip because they've always wanted to shoot the Sturmgewehr."
Yeah, here's Hoff shoot. Oh, what the hell happened here? Wait, let me see. Okay, you
That
know
doesn't
what?
look like the happy face.
Yeah, I gotta take this out of. Okay, John went away again. I gotta take this out of. I have it in slow motion, so I gotta speed it up here in order to. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I'll leave it in slow motion. We can look at it in slow motion. I think I don't think he had it chambered or something like that. Let's see what happens. Boom!
Oh, it's
There you
fire.
go.
Boom.
There you go. There you go. I would have just let that thing rip, but those bullets are so expensive. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's a cool gun, man. That's a cool gun. Yeah, look at that. Look at
I
that.
love watching casing spinning out of a
I'm
chamber.
telling you, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. There you go. Walt says he wants a post sample. Walt says he wants a post sample if it becomes available. Yeah. Let me see. I'm sure I've got a bunch of stuff from when he came out here.
He brought that micro Uzi out to you guys, right?
Yeah, that micro thing was just ripping. I think Lola shot that. Wait, let me see. Did she shoot that or?
I always wanted to shoot his Katsar Uzi.
Yeah, was it this one or was it a different one? No, it was a different. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's just a regular Uzi.
Yeah, that's just a
it might be a
one.
mini.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he had so many cool guns, man.
Oh yeah.
So many cool guns. So I'm trying to see. Oh no, I shot that thing. Hold on. But see, all that stuff is in slow motion on my phone. So this is one of Rich's.
Oh, look at that.
Come on. I don't know why the camera is not looking in the right. This must be Lolo handling this camera.
Hey.
What?
Don't talk bad about Lola.
Yeah. And I don't know exactly what is going on here. Let's see. I got to see if I can move it forward. Let's move it forward. Move it. There it rips so fast. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
This is slow motion. Look. This is slow motion.
Dude, that thing is insane.
Look at my cheeks. That is so stupid. This thing is just nuts.
It looks like you get surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still haven't realized it's empty.
Yeah.
All the casings are still in the air.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that was awesome. So, yeah. So right now, Richard Hoffman has unlimited access to all the firearms. Nothing
Unlimited
is NFA.
ammo?
Yeah, unlimited ammo. Nothing is NFA. You know, all that kind of stuff.
Him and Mickey are having one grand old time at the range up there.
Yeah. And what's the name of that actress that there was what's the name of that actress that died recently? That old school.
Oh, Raquel Welch?
Raquel Welch, yeah. Raquel Welch passed, I think, yesterday also. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to see. I've got a. You missed it, John. I found some video of the Hoffman shooting stuff. This is a cool video that we did on this trainer. I can't remember what the hell the name of this thing was. It's like a rock. Walter would know the name of this thing. Walter and Patrick was so excited about this thing.
Oh, it's a
It's a trainer though.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot 7.62 by 39.
Yeah.
It's a 7.62 by 39 blank of a RPG.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a cool collection, man. Even gun guys were jealous of Rich's collection of guns, so Walter will put it in the thing here. But we have a video. Most of these videos now are not on YouTube anymore. All of these things are on they're on Utreon for anyone who wants to see those videos. So yep, that's the place you will go to find it. That's where you will find that stuff. So let's see here. I'm gonna look in the chat. Armament and Axis is out there. He says I see Crumpy and Crashing Rich. So there you go.
Thanks.
Yeah. Right, so come on, other memories. What do you guys got, man? I was just sharing some memories here on the range. Did you ever get a chance to shoot with him on the range, Rich?
No. I only met him once at his house, and I was in the neighborhood and just dropped in. I mean, just what a nice guy. It was funny. I was on my way home. I stopped to get a slice of pizza. He's like, "Hey, stop by. Did you want anything?" I'm like, "No, I just want to say hi." I guess he's used to people coming by and wanting a favor or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Nah, I just came by, say hi."
Yeah. No, I never got around. What's that, John?
He was a great guy.
Yeah, I never got around to seeing his shop in person. Obviously, we saw it on the show, but I never saw it. I never got over there, got to see it in person. But man, I could just imagine
the
like, all that
optics were
machinery.
funny where he sat. It looked like whatever was behind him was like a mile behind him. It was like his back was basically right up against that. So the lens does some funny things. It doesn't give you quite an accurate representation of the area where he was shooting from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a surprise to me.
How about when his son recorded him dancing?
Oh yeah.
That was a funny one. That's on his YouTube channel.
Yeah. He uploaded it.
Yeah,
Or Rich, you remember this one when he joined the chat? Not the chat, when he joined us on one of our, because he used to come on Mondays, and he was wearing only overalls, nothing else.
The coverall.
Yep.
Damn it, shirtless. He's shirtless.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, put the shirt on. Put the shirt on.
Or the tassels, the tassels that he got.
Oh, well, all right. So
you guys got up to some shit, I must say.
Dick Heller has entered the chat.
Who?
Dick Heller.
Oh, okay. Shout out
Dick
to
Heller? Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a real Dick Heller.
Oh, okay.
And the one I'm trolling.
Oh, and the one you're trolling. Okay. You guys got up to a lot of shit, I noticed. Yeah.
Oh
Hoffman liked getting together with you guys because
something that might be a little bit of a touchy subject for you, Hank.
Uh-oh. What is it? What is it?
When he spread the rumor that you shaved your balls.
Oh. That's not. He wasn't. That wasn't a. I told you guys that was not a rumor. I told you guys that's not a rumor. Hoffman saw. I think. Man, that was a long time ago. Hoffman saw me talking about Manscaped and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, you got to keep the nutsack aerodynamic, man. Yeah. It's for speed.
Yeah,
you guys are high speed operators. You guys are not really high speed operators. Not really high speed operators. But yeah, you guys were always getting up to. I know that Hoffman enjoyed doing stuff with you guys because you just got up to a lot of shit, started rumors, and all kinds of.
Oh no, that was not me. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that.
That's like the one time John's just like, I'm dead serious, and nothing to do with that at all.
Right.
I would say, oh, I'm kicked out again. Damn it.
Yeah.
No, I will definitely say. I'll definitely say if I trolled someone, I would definitely 100% admit it.
Mm-hmm.
That had nothing to do with me. That was 100% off. And flying rich.
That was all. I think that was all factual based. He heard us talking about stuff. He heard.
He told me that. He said that flying rich told him.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe that 100%. I believe Rich is always behind some shit. Getting kicked off.
He called me up and like, why are people coming in my chat asking me about my ball?
Or like that. Oh, that's almost like, hey, John, why the hell would you tell this dude that I'm a furry? Huh? Why did you do that? Huh?
Oh gosh.
No, I did do that. I did have Dust tell Joe to stop going to the furry clubs.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Joe is Joe factually a furry?
No, I'm not.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Listen, Joe, you got to learn how to embrace it, man. You got to learn how to embrace it.
Great, he was a great all-around guy. I'm gonna miss him so much. Uh, I just feel an honor. It's really an honor that that he became such a good friend, and not only a friend but a mentor and everything else. He once told me, and I'm gonna get a little bit emotional here, but he once told me when we did the stuff for his wife, and his wife passed, and he was like, "Well, what do you want for doing all that?" And I was like, "I don't want anything, man." It's like that's what friends are for.
Mm-hmm.
And he got all quiet, and he's like, "Well, I'm not really used to that."
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I was like, dude, well, you're my friend. I would do anything for you, Hoff. And uh, he he got kind of like choked up about that we said that we did that for him, and we didn't expect anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I still remember when my phone rang when he called. Uh, he said, I need your help," and I said, I was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "Oh, whatever you need," and he's like, I'm not going to be in this world for very much longer. I was like, "Dude, you're going to hang in there." He was like, "No." He's like, "No, we've talked to the doctor. I'm in palliative care. I
Mm-hmm.
got 3 weeks to a month to live." And that was 3.5 weeks ago. And he goes, "I'm not worried about myself. I'm going to be with Mickey, and I'm looking forward to that. But I'm worried about my kids. I am worried about leaving them with nothing, and they're gonna have to go into debt to take care of my remains." Uh, and he goes, I am so worried." He's like, I don't want to ask for any help, but I need I need to swallow my pride and ask for help for my kids." And um, that day, I called Rich and I called Dark and I called you, Hank, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a GoFundMe, not a GoFundMe, but a Give and Go, because we
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to do GoFundMe because he said they're anti-gun, so fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we set up a Give and Go,
Yeah.
and we had it going by that night. And his daughter Amanda, I've been in contact with her every day. Talk to her several times a day just to check in, and she is no idea what that is.
No, that's just a 1 minute mark. Go ahead.
She is internally grateful for
Mm-hmm.
everything that we have done for her dad, and she said that he really appreciated everything that we have done, and he really valued our friendship.
Mm-hmm. I could I could tell you guys that, man. And I know you got to go here, John, in a second, but
Yeah.
I could tell you that one of the things that I know with certainty is that Hoffman really appreciated like the whole community coming together around him from the beginning, not even with the trials and tribulations that he went through. I think he really appreciated the like sense of community and camaraderie that we had going on here, and that's a cool thing, man. From on my part, I feel good about that. That's why we did all this stuff. With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist. So before I was
I,
interrupted there, what I was trying to say, I know you got to go, John, but I think that we wouldn't like this community is not just me or Walter or Patrick or any of you guys, Flying Rich or John or Dark or Joe. It's like all of us getting together and doing our thing. And that's really the cool part about what we're all doing here, all putting in this work and people being able to, make friends and hang out in real life or just having someone to share, the world with all the stuff going on. So, Big thanks to all of you guys, especially you, John. You do a lot for people in the gun world, and I don't think
No,
that
I don't do a lot.
you do
I,
a
I
lot,
wish,
man. You help out everyone that needs help. You help them out. I know that. That's a
I wish
fact.
I could do more. I feel bad that I don't do as much as I really should. But
No, you do a lot, man. You do a lot more than most people do.
You're
So
You
crazy.
do. You
yeah,
do a lot.
yeah.
You do a
So
lot.
you don't
I do
get
want
the
to read
the-
what Amanda Hoffman, or me, Amanda, or Better Dad, she wrote. I am so glad that there are so many people who cared and appreciated my dad.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so we got people joining in here. John, anything to say before you go?
Just thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome, man.
Just keep Hoff's family in your prayers. And I created the Hoff. You even
Right,
told
that's
me one time you
right.
created the monster.
You did. You guys did. We brought him into the world, but you guys, what is it? What is it called? You baptized him the Hoff. There you go.
But I just want to say thank you, Hank. I want to thank you for doing this. I also want to thank you for being the connection between Hoff and I, because without you, I wouldn't have probably met the Hoff. Originally when he came on my podcast, it was going to be like a one time deal, like with most of our guests. They come on once and they never come on again. And then he came on like 2 more times that week,
Yeah.
and then a couple more times the week
That's
after.
awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
But
That's
I
an
wanna
awesome
thank
thing.
you for introducing me. Just everyone, subscribe to the Kicking It with Cancer YouTube channel. There's going to be stuff coming up on that. His daughter is going to take it over, because she's been touched with by cancer, her dad and other people. I'm going to help out with it because I lost my stepdad, I lost my dad, I lost my aunt recently, lost my friend the last month, one of my really, really close friends from high school that your brother knows, Dark, passed away.
Yeah.
And now we lost Hoff, and we lost my niece. My niece died 2 years ago. And this 2 years ago
Almost
Monday,
to the day.
like on February 13th. No, it was to the day. She died 2 years ago on February 13th, and Hoff died on February 13th this year. So cancer has really, really touched me, and I want to make sure everyone out there gets checked, get the colonoscopy if you're 45. I just want to tell a
Every
quick
5
little
years.
story. I get a colonoscopy every 2 years, and I've been doing that for a while. When I was in my late 30s,
Is that how you met your wife?
No.
Shut up, Rich.
I had a bout of diverticulitis. I don't know if you guys know what diverticulitis is.
I suffer from ulcerative colitis.
Big word I
myself.
don't know how to say.
Yeah,
So that's,
diverticulitis. And so they did a colonoscopy. When they did a colonoscopy, they found some stuff, which was like very, very early, so they were able to get rid of it, no problem. But if I didn't get diverticulitis, that would have developed into something bad. And by the time at the time, they said when you're 50. If I would have waited that long, it would have been very, very bad. So I mean, I got lucky. And Hoff, and the reason why I put this in the article, I'm sorry if I'm running on.
You're good, man.
The reason why I put this in the article is Hoff said that his regret was he's like, I wasn't afraid of anything, but I was afraid to get a colonoscopy. And he said that ended up killing me.
Yeah.
And he just wanted everyone to know that don't put something off just because you're afraid. A colonoscopy can save your life. And that's why I put that in there, because that was one of the main things that he made me promise to do. He made me promise to push everyone. He made me promise to push you and Joe. Joe, you're too young. Dark.
I had mine when I was 15.
All right. Well, he's pushed me to push everyone that's 45 and older to get a colonoscopy. And if you have family history, colonoscopy sooner. It's not a bad thing.
Right.
You go to sleep. And now they have pills, so you don't have to drink that nasty shit. You just take a pill.
Oh
bam,
my
you're
god,
done.
that stuff's
What?
disgusting.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
stuff is
it's a pill. It's like
disgusting.
one pill. You take the pill and you're done.
I had no
and
idea.
you're out, and then they put you to sleep. So you go to sleep and you wake up and you go home. I mean, it's not a big thing, but don't be afraid.
Yeah, I had no
Get it
idea.
done. Save your life. And cancer is a motherfucker. I hate cancer with my life. I hate cancer more than anything else in this world. And maybe one day with CRISPR technology and some other stuff, we will be able to cure cancer. We're bringing back a goddamn woolly mammoth, for Christ's sake. But we're not using CRISPR to save to cure cancer.
And
Bring back fucking giraffe
Greek
shit.
concrete. Can we also acknowledge the Greek concrete? Okay, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
So listen, man, we love you, John. We love you. All right.
Love you, brother.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks,
You
man.
too,
And
brother.
sorry, Dark, I did watch your replay of your show last night, but I figured you're going to be talking
Ooh.
about Hoff, and I could not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
that was a tough one, man. Check
That
it
was a
out if
rough
you
show.
can. And
Yeah.
and
And-
John and Rich and all you guys and Hank and I wouldn't know Hoff if it wasn't for you guys, being so kind and welcoming to me in the community too. So I appreciate all you guys.
And
Oh, you're
Walter,
welcome, man.
I will be contacting you soon.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah, you're on one.
I was looking at my
Yeah.
phone.
All right.
Yeah. All right, John. Love you, brother.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
I love, and I just want to say before I go, one more thing, then I'm gone. I love every single one of you.
Same here,
Love
man.
you too, brother.
The love is mutual, my friend. For reals.
There we go.
Besides
the love
Rich.
is in the air.
Besides Rich.
Oh,
You told me
That's
on
a
the phone
special-
today.
That's a special kind of love.
I love you,
yeah.
man.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, John.
More of your
All right,
friends
brother.
like that.
Take it easy.
All right. So
Oh,
we've got.
one more thing. I'm sorry about this.
Oh,
my
no. Too many one more things.
Here I go. No, this is the last thing. Wolverine.
Oh, and he went, and he froze. I don't know what happened there, but he froze. Yeah, I think he
was going to
said,
say Wolverines.
yeah, mofos. There you go. Yeah. So here, let me take him out. Okay, so we've got DLD joining us, Dark DLD After Dark, as well as Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms. What's up, Walt?
Oh, same old shit, different day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, man. Life, man. Life is a motherfucker, man. Life.
Dude, it's like rough,
Yeah, it is, I mean, I tell these guys that, Hoffman 1 will be happy that we're remembering him. And there's nothing wrong with it. The Hoff liked the limelight. There's nothing wrong with that. Kudos to that brother for liking and enjoying the limelight. And I think you'd be happy that we're talking about him. But I don't think and I know everyone's sad. Like I said, I mean, I was crying like a baby yesterday.
Yeah.
But, I don't think he wants us to be sad. I think he wants us to tell good stories about him and remember him and, and acknowledge the fact that he did something for the gun world. So that's what we're all up to here. Here, let me share this picture that I found right there. Look at that.
Oh,
Nice.
did you get the little video I just sent you? The video.
Oh no, I'll check on it. No, I didn't see that yet. Let me load these
of that
guys.
same day. That same day out there.
Oh, that same day. Okay, yeah, I'll look at it and I'll get it up in here. So we've got Dark, and obviously we've got Rich and we got Joe, but we got Dark and Walter here. Welcome, guys. And who wants to start by sharing something? Who wants to go? You want to go to Walt? Walt, you're nominated. And I know, Walt, you lost your dad, and I know you're having a memorial coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we're having a little remembrance, I call event for my father this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Just friends and food and probably some shots of liquor and
right.
My dad was pretty casual kind of guy, so nothing fancy, So and it's the same thing. I think he would enjoy knowing everybody was just talking and telling stories, because my dad was a big. If you sat down for any kind of minute of time, he'd tell you a story about him working in the shipyard or doing this or doing that. So, yeah. So,
yeah,
this weekend.
Right, yeah. Lola and I will definitely come out there and spend some time with you guys. So, yeah, Walt, we were showing some stuff from that, and I do have the video. I think I see 2 videos of Will shooting. I think one of these is Will shooting the Sturmgewehr.
It's the vibrating cheek one with the micro.
Oh,
Uzi.
right. Yeah, let me see if I can get this. If I can
That's awesome.
Download these 2. And then
there's some MP and some STG-44 of me and some STG-44 of Will, I think. So
nice. Yeah, you all know what Hoff said the number one most common use for a micro Uzi was, right?
I'm guessing
clearing a phone booth.
Clearing a phone booth. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Here's another.
Here's the vibrating cheek.
Yeah.
I think all the casings are in the air.
He's trying to play it off like it wasn't all that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was trying to play it off like that. No big deal. No big deal.
He's
joking. It kicked his butt back.
He's Joe Cool, So.
Yeah. Will is so funny, man.
And my son, yeah.
No,
but that micro Uzi freaking rock and rolled. I mean, that thing, yeah.
Awesome gun, man.
It's a buzzsaw. It's a buzzsaw. That thing is just like whack, and then it's done. It's
I saw a video one time.
Micro.
I saw an IMI. Oh, there's me rocking the 44. Yeah. I saw a video one time. I think it was an IMI like promotional video. They had 2 micro Uzis with a guy that had 2 snail drum magazines, and he kind of just pulls them out. And, yeah, it's like
that would have been awesome. Yeah.
I've never shot a micro Uzi full auto, but like I've had a chance to shoot the closest with the ciclet rate that I've shot is probably the PPS 40H. And even that, when that thing finally went off, I was like, "Oh, holy hell! Wow, that thing's fast." And,
PPS 41.
Yeah, sorry, the 41. Sorry.
Yeah.
Papa
Shaw.
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I bring that up for you when you were up there, Joe? Did you?
I think so.
That was your like junkyard Sten. That amazing. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Hey, one of the most famous Stens that's ever been discussed on my show was indeed an illegal Sten. However, it was an illegal Sten that was built by a man in West Virginia named Adam Grubb, who has served his time. He's now free, and he built it using a muffler from Advanced Auto.
What?
Oh, yeah, muffler pipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Inch and a half diameter muffler pipe is exactly the same as Sten tubing, except it's got a welded seam inside.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for that. All you gotta do is grind.
Congratulations,
YouTube. All you gotta do is grind the seam off, and you can build yourself.
Oh yeah. This show is definitely not getting taken down now.
It's on Utreon. It's on Utreon.
Yeah, I mean everybody like goes like this. It's like. Look, it's all over the internet. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's all over the place. I mean,
but not on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I think so. Long form conversations they treat a little bit differently, right? Like we talk about, building guns all the time, and conversations. I feel like they treat differently. Now, instructional videos that's kind of a different thing,
Yeah, I would agree with that. Here's a question, Walt. Primitive Hunter 18 says, which is faster, the Uzi or the VZ61 Scorpion?
Well, I don't have a full auto Scorpion.
I think
I do have something else here that I can. Oh, look at that bag of parts! Look at that bag of parts! Oh,
is that a Scorpion parts?
That's Scorpion. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Just hold on.
You can tell by the grip in the stock.
I'm just saying, Walter, if you need a spare hand around the shop to help you, I can give you a hand with that.
Yeah, Walt.
Are you
hiring, Walt?
This is a semi-auto one. This one's
let's
not
go.
full auto.
Yeah,
or
I'm
anything,
full
so-
screen on you. You can show it off. That's
Oh
cool.
my god,
Nice.
that's amazing.
Man,
Mhm.
I always wanted to SBR one of those.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's like a
Is that
dream
32
little plan
ACP?
for me.
Yes, sir, it is. Yep. The really cool Scorpion. The Czechs made a 9mm version of this. And
Yeah,
that's
I
a
saw
real,
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
just.
they make
just,
a 25 ACP too?
I don't think so.
Yeah, actually, let me take
I-
this down.
they-
Walter's got a big. Let's see if I can. Can I take this off?
They
She's got a
they
big
did
what?
No, you got the QR code right on your face. No, I moved it down.
Or does
Yeah,
that
there you
like is that like my number in jail or something? Or what? Come on.
It's the QR code. People can put their camera up to the screen, and go to the website
okay.
and stuff like that.
Cool.
So they did do, just real quick, they did do the original was a 32 ACP, which is the VZ61, and then they also did a 380 ACP,
That's what
or no, was it
That's what it was.
9x18 or 380? 380, and then 9mm. Were there any other versions?
I don't think so. I wish CZ. Well, if they brought the 9mm version, that would kill their Scorpion here. The current plastic Scorpion, it would just eliminate. Nobody would want that thing. At least not me. Anyway.
Right.
Agreed.
I
It's probably a
personally
lot.
like the new
It's probably
Scorpion.
it's probably a lot cheaper to build that plastic gun than it is to build that
Oh,
all
for
machine
sure.
gun. So,
Yeah.
It sucks because they're discontinuing the rifled versions of those because those
Oh,
were
really?
they were a really big sell in mass because
oh,
it was a cool 9mm carbine, and they sold very well. You can trick those out. My buddy has one, and I just helped him put a new trigger and do some stuff onto his gun, and those things are fun. They are fun guns. I've always wanted one.
Why are they
Dude,
discontinuing it?
I don't know, probably because the pistol versions sell better than the rifle versions. To be quite
yeah,
honest,
they do probably.
I love my Scorpion. Absolutely love my Scorpion. It
Well,
actually
you got a
took-
binary trigger in yours, right?
I do. Yep, I got
yeah,
the
that's a nice $450, huh?
yeah, I got the Franklin Armory binary trigger.
Shout out to Franklin Armory.
Yeah, that's my second shout out to Franklin. I'm just saying, y'all.
Yeah,
Hey.
right. Mhm. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Oh, back.
Go ahead.
But that question about the Uzi and the Scorpion, the Uzi goes dot, 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 dot. I mean, it's real.
Yeah,
It's
but that
real
little
calm.
micro Uzi
The
says
micro.
rip. Yeah, it says rip.
Well, no, the micro Uzi is way faster than the Scorpion. I think.
Yeah, it says
I
rip.
think it's just crazy. Yeah.
Armin and Axis says R.I.P. Hoff. We will miss you. That's from Armin and Axis. Out
Good
there.
to see
Shout out
Armament and Axis. I haven't seen him in a while. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who's coming in. Christian Gress says my CZ Scorpion Evo doesn't get much love these days, but every now and then I'll take it out.
Stark,
That's a
you
brand new-
have a very good interviewing skill. I was always jealous. Like a lot of people would be on John Crump Live with us, and then they go on Dark's show, and Dark would have the killer interview.
You had
So
an
you
amazing
did get a lot of
story.
good stories out of Hoffman.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
yeah.
that.
Any you want to share with us?
Yep, good question. Hit us with a couple.
The
Dark.
ones he shared off camera.
It's all good. He'll be
There's
happy.
always-
You have a minute. Start it. You got a minute.
There was some stories, and I've been considering making like a mashup, a Hoff mashup, and when I'll tell more of a light one, okay? Because I know I want to keep this kind of family friendly for if his family sees it. So when I first invited Hoff on the show, I invited him after seeing him on John Crump and kind of starting a conversation. I had no idea what I was getting into, and I thought he was just a machine gun builder, right? He's just a dude. And I think it was within the first 20 minutes, he had said, if the ATF, should I even say this out loud?
Shoot him. That's what he said. He's gonna fucking
You
kill him.
got 8
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, he was like, if the ATF comes to my fucking house, I'm gonna fucking kill him. They can't bring enough body bags.
Break.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
Right. So you brought that right down to the wire. By the way, you can say whatever you want to here. It's all good. This is in remembrance of Hoff. He would love it. Whatever comes of it, it's all good. Ribbit
Yeah.
666 says he says Hoff was the man. He will be missed. And
That's my
R.I.P.
guy.
So and Armin Axis says I don't need a binary trigger because my trigger finger can have Parkinson's sometimes. So there you go.
So
well, I
to
tell you what,
give
just pick you up a Palmetto
okay.
State, the AKV, and you trigger finger hardly needs to be Parkinsorized. It just does it. Oh, they're
Dang.
very, very light triggers on those things.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh yeah. Just to shed a little bit more light on, because I know I was short on time there, but
Mhm.
Hoff was a total badass, and I don't know another SOT that has threatened an ATF agent with death that is, was still able
At
to
their field office, where he goes down to the field office and does it. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or another SOT that built a Tommy gun with blood spatter pitting all over it. Either that was a good one. He had a
Mhm.
guy. Do you guys know that story?
Mm-mm.
that's the one where he went down to the field office and was like, "Nope, this is not happening."
Yeah, they said you can't do that. He said, "Yes, I can." And basically, what happened was a guy came in and he brought a Tommy gun a Thompson that he found in the desert. Okay,
Mhm.
this thing was in I think it was like a grocery bag or something like that, and it was pitting on it. But Hoff, I don't even know how he knew this, but he was like, blood pitting is very unique. That if it's pitting from traditional oxidation or rust, that it's different. But he had
Mhm.
said blood, pitting from blood is very unique,
Hmm.
and it was super creepy that he knew that. But um, he destroyed it. He cut it, crushed it, did whatever. Of course, the ATF.
Mhm.
He lawfully destroyed it
Mhm.
when he told the guy that he couldn't get it operational for him, and
Mhm.
then he built it into a shotgun. A shotgun,
Post him.
Mhm.
and yeah, and the ATF was coming by doing an audit, and they were like, "You can't do that," and they took it, and he went down to the field office and took it back. He literally took it back, and now he also, I think, didn't he say he turned it into like a semi-auto and put it on the books or something like that? I don't
Something
know
like
if
that.
Well, I've
but I
heard stories
remember-
where they've come by and they're like, "Oh, that's not on your books." He's like, "I'll saw it in half. I'll saw it in half right now."
Yep. He's
He
like,
told me,
yeah, no
I heard
problem.
the same story with that when they went to go inspect that he lawfully cut it up. The field agent was like, "Dude, he cut the shit out of this thing."
That's right, he did.
Yeah.
He
And then when they came back, his daughter was in the house and he wasn't home, and that's why he went down to the field office and freaked out.
Yeah, they tried to enter while his children were there, and that poor ATF agent that was trying to enter, but one of the chain locks was stopping him from getting in. He didn't know that Hoff's daughter had a firearm trained on his head, and what he was most pissed about was the fact that he put his daughter through the emotion at such a young age of, am I going to have to murk a mofo?
Mhm.
That was the agent that he threatened to kill.
Mhm. Hmm.
Hopefully it's okay we're talking about
Yeah.
this stuff.
What's the rules
He's
on
talked
that,
about
Walter?
it on so many
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. What's the rule? Listen, at this point, it's all legends, man. It all adds to the legend, so it's all good.
True.
Walt, what's the rules on that?
What, cutting stuff up?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, which day of the week is it?
The
I mean,
The day
I
that
mean-
ends in Y.
Yeah.
yeah. If somebody, well, it's a weird, it's weird stuff. If somebody brings in a gun that's contraband, I mean,
So
yeah, I
that's
guess
technically what you're supposed to do, right? You can cut it up, right?
yeah, you can cut it up, yeah, because yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
so now when you cut it up, right? Can you cut it up now and rebuild it later, like as a parts kit or
Sure.
something?
Once
Okay.
it's cut up, yeah. Once it's cut up, you can build it as a semi-auto, long as you don't weld it back together before you make it into a semi-auto. That's what those kind of things there. But yeah, I mean, the rules and the definitions of cut up have changed so much in the past few years. It's just yeah. But yeah, post samples, yeah, post samples.
Yeah, I also just want to throw in the caveat that whatever I said, if what I said was illegal, Hoff did it the lawful way. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go find him in heaven if you got a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
really.
wait, there's no ATF agents over there.
And he'll still probably be
But
like,
if any
What you gotta
ATF
do.
agents are in a hurry to get to heaven, here's my braced Scorpion Evo. Just kidding. Yeah, this is my braced Scorpion Evo with my, I know you guys heard me mention it, the Franklin Arms. binary trigger.
Is that a Barney Band-Aid on your finger there?
Yeah, exactly. What you do?
Oh no, this is
like
or
tie-dye.
Hello Kitty.
This is tie-dye.
Tie-dye, yeah.
Yeah, that
Say
yeah, it's like
What's
super,
what?
I
that's
mean,
a hit. That's a hippie Band-Aid. Come on.
right?
I'm just throwing this out here, maybe because I'm just a nerd and I can when I look at his grip. But is that the Apex grip or is that a HB Industries grip?
Or
It's the
Gearhead
Apex.
Works or something? Or
Apex.
Oh, okay. Wait. On what gun? What's that you're showing right now? That's the score. That's the Evo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to show the serial number, so I'm covering it
Okay.
up.
Yeah. I don't have you full screen, but you're good. Yeah.
All right. So
those
so it's
serial
the
numbers
Apex
get shown
grip.
off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apex grip. I mean,
Yeah.
at the time there was only the Apex grip, and like a bunch of the other ones hadn't come out yet. Actually, the HB Industries, the only things they had out at that point were the handguards.
They have so much stuff for that now. It's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. Asper Warriors says, what does he say here? He says they ain't gonna arrest him now. He's riding Raptors in the clouds with John Moses Brown and now. God bless him.
Yeah.
ATF agents don't go to heaven. We know that. And Christian Gress says, "Hey DLD, how do you like that Franklin Armory binary on your Scorpion? Heard folks having issues overrunning those and getting OOB discharges."
You know, I got to be honest, Christian. Great to see you, by the way, Christian Gress. I got to be honest. I don't like it. I love it. It's incredible. No, all bullshit aside, it's been excellent for me. I've had zero issues with it. I have heard of some people I've heard some reported out of battery detonations, but I think it's maybe like a cadence thing. I also heard that it was a small group of them that may have been recalled.
A batch that went out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Franklin Armory sponsors the podcast, just so everyone knows, full disclosure. And my advice on that is if you're having those issues, get in touch with Franklin Armory and have them, have that worked on, right? Have them replace it, work on it, etc. That's always the best thing to do with those kinds of things. Don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, and there are actually Franklin Armory certified like FFLs all throughout the U.S. So it says that they're technically supposed to be the ones that install triggers. So if you're curious, take it to somebody to put it in. We're all DIY guys, but for the little disclaimer to throw out there.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this earlier, Dark, but this MP5 right here was actually built by the Hoff, by his own
That's
hands.
the one?
This is the one right here. This is the HNK, the Hank, that was built by the Hoff. It was, his receiver that he had. He fucking hates MP5.
That's what he said.
As he said, but he built this one for me. And I fucking love it.
Man,
so
that's incredible. One thing I was thinking of is that you have that piece to hang on to. That's really important. Him and I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, we talked about him doing a mini Uzi for me, and he was like, "Man, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a really, really short time period. There's probably a reason for this, but there was a short time period where they were doing like nickel boron Uzis and shit like that. And I was like, I want a mini Uzi and do it as a pistol, but then get the side folding stock welded on it shut, and that way it's not like a functional, but it looks legitimate, nickel boron with the stock and all that. I thought that would be so cool, but we never did it. So
when were they doing
that's
those?
cool.
When were they doing nickel?
I don't remember. I think it was actual nickel. I don't think it was nickel boron, but I remember seeing some like just in the movies. And not like it may have not been IMI or IWI or whomever at the time. Shit, maybe they were aftermarket stuff, but I remember seeing them like in the movies when I was a kid.
Didn't Vector Arms make Uzis at one point too?
Yes.
They did Max. Oh, they did do Uzis. That's right. Yep, they did.
Yeah. You've seen those nickel ones, Walt?
Probably. I mean, it's not my thing, but I could see the Hoff going. He'd probably go, "What the fuck you want that for?"
That's exactly what he said.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, you're talking to a guy with a chrome AK. All right, so
you got a dictator AK. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Garth, you did get that chrome AK done by some of the best refinishers in the game.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think didn't Walter, didn't you and Hoff do an Uzi video? I know you did an Uzi video in the past. I think you guys did an Uzi or some kind of video like that, right? You guys
we did. We
Uzi
just
video
talked about
part
the
2.
Uzi.
Yeah. That was a cool video, man. With you know, with the collection that both of you guys have, man.
Right. Yeah.
That was awesome.
I mean, I don't have any like he had. I just got standard Uzis, so post samples. So. Yeah.
No, he was deep into Uzis. I remember having that "what the fuck do you want that for" conversation with him over the Tech 9. Remember Hoff? He was doing something with a Tech 9. He was developing something, and he had a Tech 9.
A Glock mag lower.
Yeah, right. And I was like, well, I call dibs on this Tech 9 when you're done with it. And he was like, what the fuck do you want that for?
He said that to me when I told him I had one. He was just like, why do you have that? That thing sucks.
Yeah. I just want a Tech 9 in my collection based on, like, remember those things were deep in movies for a while, man, like 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I got the Tech 9, so now I want to get the Cobra.
That's what Walt's showing. Walt's showing the dictate. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Where the hell is Dark right now? There you
Beautiful.
go. Dark. Text me that picture, Walt, so I can throw. Oh, there you go. It just.
That's
that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Text that to me, Walt.
Okay, that was at the Zostafa booth at the SHOT Show.
I saw that the M92 crank.
Yeah, Dictator guns, awesome. They are awesome.
You're ready to see my dictator gun?
Yeah. Is that you? Are you about? Yeah. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Right.
Hold on. Let me go full screen on you. Boom. There we go. Nice.
And it's all plum furniture, of course. And I'm pretty sure you guys know that I mean, I gotta have the hard chrome AK mag, but the plum AK mags. By the way, this has a plum brace on it.
What?
And
is that is that legit?
Yeah, it's a plum brace. I even
come on, you didn't dye that in your kitchen.
Oh no, I mean it came plum, and it's got the plum K-Var furniture. But here's the cool thing. So plum Circle 10 magazines are kind of tough to get. So I got a few. I got the 10 rounder. Okay. I got the 30 rounder. Right. And I mean, these things go for a couple $100 each.
Yeah, you're gonna make Walt start pulling out magazines now.
I already hear the sounds. My crate.
I'm working on it.
Look at this, Walt.
The plum. Oops. The plum 40 round Circle 10.
That's a new magazine. That's not like an old school mag, is it?
It's a pre 2001 what was it, 2001 when they stopped importing the Plum Circle
Oh,
tens?
okay, yeah.
Or
Okay.
maybe shit, I don't remember if it was 01 or 2010 that they stopped importing them.
Yeah,
But it was somewhere within that.
Walt is
Ooh.
Is that a Bakelite? What is that?
Yeah,
Yep,
this is a
545.
Russian. This is a Russian mag. This is a Russian mag there. But
How much do
my
Russian
whole
mags go for?
Dude, that thing is
It
a
depends.
Tula mag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a new one. Yes.
You guys got to make Walt now start pulling out.
They're whipping it out.
magazines. Oh boy.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I think
Circle-
Walter's
We
the
are
one
off
that
to the
has it.
races. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
This Circle 21. That's what that one is. That's Bulgarian. So
Nice.
East German. Boom, boom, boom.
Ooh.
Yeah. 545. Yeah, it's funny. I'll tell you a story about my dad. Speaking of East German, my dad went to Germany early 2000s, 2005, something like that, and he was rooting around. Went to flea market. Blah blah blah. Comes back, got an East German. Oh, matter of fact, East German mag pouch with brand new, right from the flea market, with 4 of these mags in. Brought it back
Oh
on the
my God.
airplane in his suitcase. No problem, man. Just
The
boom,
part
right
where
in.
you said that your dad was just walking around flea markets in Germany looking for gun parts. You had me.
That's my
You
dad.
had me.
That's my dad. You know what I
Damn.
mean? Come on.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Gangster. That's gangster.
Dude,
right there.
I know a dude that got a Smith & Wesson Model 29, like the older pre-lock. I mean, obviously it's pre-lock, but you know the older version. Because I guess the newer ones are 629s or whatever, 429s, 629s. So the old 29s, the actual Dirty Harry, at a yard sale for $50.
Really?
From a lovely old lady that had no idea what she was doing.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, some people would say that he took advantage of her. You know.
Yep.
And
And I would
I would
high
say
five
that.
him.
I would say,
it's
well,
fair game.
look,
Yeah.
look at, yeah, I mean, you know, okay, here's $100, Granny. You know. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When your grandma or your mother sells your your baseball card collection, your comic book collection, that's all fair game, right?
Dude, I
Yeah.
saw a meme. It was like, dear Lord, when I pass away, please tell me my wife is
Nope.
not going to sell my guns for what I told her I paid for them.
Yep.
I was like,
See,
damn.
I don't have that problem because my wife knows what they're worth. So.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
about half the collection goes to me anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you have
Walter
one of those.
also gets spousal approval, unlike me, who hides it.
Dude,
I just
I
buy
think
what
I-
I want.
yeah,
I mean,
now
Yeah.
that's what I want.
She knows if we need to, it can sell it all. You know.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah,
Hold
if
on.
it comes down to it, you sell them. You know.
I was a gun dealer one time that had one gun,
Really?
That's all you need.
and what? Well, excuse me, I think I had 2, and one of those was hers.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't allowed that I wasn't
Yeah,
allowed
you
to sell. So
Got to start somewhere.
It's no point having the guns
well, I
and
mean,
you're
I had to
broke.
pay.
You know.
I
Yeah.
had to pay bills. That's why I didn't have.
Yeah,
to
yeah. You got to pay bills. You know, you sell the guns. You sell the guns. You might never get some of them back, but that's life.
Well, I
You
haven't
know,
gotten them all back, but yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I don't have. I sold. I had an open bolt Mac 10, 45 Mac 10 that I bought before they stopped selling them back in the early 80s, and I sold that to buy an inflatable boat.
That was a dumb one, Walt. That was dumb.
I'm going to guess that was back when they were like sub $200.
Well, I mean,
I'm
no.
just throwing it out here. That
When I
is
bought
the
that,
greatest.
when I bought that gun, I think it was like $250.
$250.
Joe was cracking up now.
Well, I mean,
I
it was
get
a 16-foot inflatable boat with a 25 horse
Walt,
motor in the whole 9 yards.
you
yeah.
can't rationalize it.
I'm never gonna live. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well,
I want to put that on
I'm
a
like-
T-shirt.
let's just say this: there is a thing called being jaded.
Right? Yeah.
You know what jaded is? Where it's like, okay, it's another gun. All right,
I can only imagine what the Hoff would say about that. That you would for that trade. Oh,
I can
Yeah.
picture
Yeah, I mean-
3 words.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, listen, It takes a special kind. Here, listen, before we got like 17 seconds here, I'm going to throw this, look at that dictator. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that gun. That's beautiful, man. Come on. I need one of these.
Yeah, that's a beaut.
You know, I need one of these. Come on now. Look at that thing.
Yeah, Zastava, where you at?
Yeah.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
Okay, I'm going to throw this picture up here just one more time, man, just for the hell of it. Like Hoffman.
Okay,
I don't know if this was the gem of his collection or not, but, you know, there you go. Boom.
I got one problem with that. He had a serious chicken wing. You got to bring that chicken wing down.
Yeah, chicken wing's got to be.
Hold on. Let's analyze it. Let's go back here.
And if you talk to anybody that has, you get that elbow shot off in a combat situation.
Well,
So-
wait, did he have a port in at that time? Because
I think he did.
I think
no, at this time, no, he didn't.
No. And I'll be honest, Hoff that day looked like he had jaundice. Then when he came out there, he was yellow. He was yellow.
We were so worried about him when he came out that day. That was, remember how John wrote in the article that he got sick like 2 years ago? That like when he came out that day, we were all scared of what was going to happen to him.
And to be quite honest, his wife didn't know yet. Better.
No. And then, you know, like everyone was like, hey, you guys should go to the hospital. So thankfully, you know, he did, and he found out the stuff like John said.
He was yeller. And
we were really worried about them when they came out. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to keep that chicken wing down. It's a habit people do. They stick their elbow way out. You got to keep your elbow down because if you were in a situation where you had your fellas with you too, you might get your elbow shot off. So
well, and going through doors, obstacles, especially if you got kit on. Like I remember the first time I shot a rifle with somebody that actually knew how to shoot a rifle, and the first thing he did was bring my elbow down to my ribs, and it was probably the most uncomfortable thing in the world. But nowadays, I could never imagine firing a long gun any other way. Yeah.
Get that wing down. Keep that wing down.
And while I remember this, I want to get this out because we were talking about Hoff and Uzis. I remember one time on the show, I said to him, because someone was like, oh, what do you conceal carry? And he was like, first of all, he doesn't even, he was like, yeah, but he said, I don't really, he says, I really don't carry shit. I don't need it. Yeah. But he was talking about that, but he was like, you know, if I do need to carry something, I'll just carry an Uzi.
Yeah.
I was like, really? So if you get into some shit, you gotta rip out this machine gun Uzi. And he was like, yeah.
I 100% believe him.
Yeah, I believe him
too.
The same thing. Sounds like Hoff.
Yeah, I 100% believed him too. I think you were there, Walt, when we were having that conversation.
Yeah, I think I heard it too. And I'm just like going, okay.
He was serious though. Yeah, I could just imagine Florida man.
I would hate to be that, like, I would be like, I'd feel more comforting, but also I'd be terrified of, like, say something went down and, like, you know, a 7-Eleven or like a Walmart or something like that, and all of a sudden shit goes down and here comes Hoff with the Uzi. I'd be like, oh, I'm protected, but at the same time, like, any logical person that's not in the industry, it's like, what the fuck did he get that?
Well, So here's the funny thing about it. You guys ever heard of the rapper Slick Rick?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Slick Rick went to jail, you know, because these guys try to rob him, right? I think it was in Brooklyn. These guys try to rob him, and he had 2 Uzis, and he was running down the street shooting these Uzi machine guns at these dudes. This is how Slick Rick got arrested and spent all this time in jail. Look it up,
dude. I had no idea.
Yeah, That's what happened with Slick Rick. That's why he went to jail.
Living the dream. Living the dream he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
Yeah.
Walt, I gotta ask you a question, Walt, real quick.
Yes,
Is that a Circle 10 mag or is that a Pro mag?
Oh, this is a fucking piece of shit mag. That's what this is.
Okay.
This is some mag I got. Oh shit! I don't even think I want to. This looks like an inner ordnance mag.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
IOs
Yeah,
and Pro mags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it works. It's just plastic cheapo mag. Yeah. No,
yeah.
It's not Bulgarian. It has nothing. So. Yeah.
I think just by design, almost all AK mags will work. It's just some are better than others. I think we're all snobs too.
Well, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. See this? I'm gonna open this East German thing here. That nothing special in here. I've just recently bought 10 grade 4 AK mags. I mean, these things were dented and beat up, and I straightened them out just to see if I could do it, and they all run now. So, AK's steel mags are hard to, unless you really crush them and smash the fuck out of them. They'll run. I mean, I straighten these out with the end of a crescent wrench and a screwdriver. So,
really?
just stick it in and kind of popping out the dents. Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you, I know, obviously we're here to honor the Hoff, but I just want to mention that I met a man that told a story, I believe him, of he was a door kicker, he's a GWAT guy, and kicked in a door, rushed in a home, and where bad guys were, and he ended up immediately in a close combat situation where they're both trying to go for their guns and each other's guns, and he took an AK mag off of the bad guy's plate carrier and beat him to death with a loaded AK mag.
Damn.
Caved in his whole shit.
Yeah, I mean,
anything is a weapon in a real fight. Anything is a weapon.
I mean, do you want to end up with that edge on your skull?
Oh, nope.
Yeah. That'll leave a lasting impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in a movie though. The next John Wick movie needs to have that in there where John Wick takes out
for sure.
Takes out. So is Joe frozen? No, I see his eyeballs moving. He was just looking. He was like side-eyeing us there for a second. I was like, what the hell's going on with him?
He was checking his TikTok account.
Oh, the one I'm banned on, yeah.
Yeah. Damn, Rich.
I know, he's so brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have to read the story. I mean, whoever's I know Dark is into it, but I was just looking it up. I Fought the Law, our 1991 Slick Rick feature. This is a story about how Slick Rick got in trouble and all that kind of stuff. So here's just a snippet of it. I drove home with my girlfriend, Lisa Santiago, and picked up 6 weapons, 2 .25 caliber automatic pistols, 1 .380, 2 Uzis, and 1 shotgun.
Just a normal day.
Yeah.
This is in Manhattan?
I think this was in the Bronx, they're saying, in this thing.
Oh, Bronx
Just riding
Parkway.
home with a woman. That's it.
Yeah.
Bronx River Parkway.
Yeah.
I know it well.
Legend has it those 225s are still circulating through the state of New York.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So, he was crazy. But, if you just imagine that dude running around with all those gold chains and everything. Because back in those days, a lot of rappers, including Slick, the people still think that now. But instead of a bank account, all his money was around his neck.
Yeah.
And those gold chains.
You got to protect that shit.
Yeah. So,
with machine
so
guns.
on the way home, I stopped and picked up an Uzi.
I picked up 2 Uzis, 2 25s, and 380.
A couple Ravens.
And a bag of potato chips.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. 25 ACPs. What was that? 30 years ago or so. Like those were like 90s. The equivalent to what micro 9s are nowadays. Those were
more people killed with 22s and 25s than any other calibers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's true.
Because you get capped 3 or 4 times with a 22 or 25, you'll bleed out.
Yeah. Who's
So-
ringing?
What's
Who's
that?
ringing? Yeah.
That's my sister. I'll be back.
I don't have an
Okay.
iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we there's a friend of the
Yes.
gun shop I used to work at, and
Mhm.
Right at the moment, I'm.
he
I gotta
was,
mute Walt. Okay, I muted him. Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you. OPSEC. So the guy was the whole gun family, right? And
Mhm.
he was going through some tough times. So he let's just say that for his own safety, they had to get all the guns out of the house.
Mhm.
Well, there was an old 22 that was literally a gun on the mantle. Like it was a 22 rifle on the fireplace, over the fireplace. Well, he ended up shooting himself, and one single 22, it may have even been a 22 short, he was gone. I mean, that people sleep on 22s. Those are still doing some bad shit to you.
100%, man. A BB
Yeah,
gun, a
and-
BB will kill you.
Oh yeah,
It could,
yeah. And-
nowadays you can get medical treatment and all that, but BBs, man, even BBs could take you. Listen, we are fragile human beings.
Yeah.
A lot of us think we're badasses, and legitimately could be badasses, but the universe is more badass than all of us, man.
Yes.
And it will take you out. It will take you out. So,
Well, I see somebody like Hoff, and I'm like, man, like he was just a tough mofo. He was building machine guns like before I was even, a nut stain, and the God, it's just crazy, man, to see, somebody like that hardcore. He fought so goddamn long though, man.
Yeah, what? He lived his life too, He
Yep.
was, he had a family and he lived his life and I think like I was saying, when John was signing off, but he really wanted this, man. When everyone in the community embraced him, he was really happy about that. So, I think it's a good thing that you guys all were able to bring him into the fold. So, that's a good thing to happen.
I appreciate that. I think that was something that you kind of led, though. You kind of started the.
No, we just started the nightmare.
I was gonna say, how did you actually meet Hoff, Hank? I never understood.
I think that
I
I'm.
never.
Who, Rich? Do you know how? I don't know.
I don't
sure if
recall.
Rich knows.
I think you had him on. Was it through Walter?
Was it? It might have been Patrick. I think Patrick might have met him first. Yeah,
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, just like you guys do. Patrick likes to build stuff, and I think he somehow met him out there, or he reached out. He reached out to us, and then Patrick happened to find, these cut up.
I think you're right about
blowers.
that. I think Patrick was reaching out to somebody for something he needed, and somebody referred Patrick to Hoffman.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that's the story.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Because I know Hoffman, like one of Patrick's early videos, gun build videos, was a 22, and he did a custom barrel on Hoffman's lathe because it's a CNC lathe.
Yeah, Patrick went out and saw him a couple of times. And basically, like with BWE, we were kind of like unofficial, I was an unofficial consultant for him. So that's what was going on. So when he built this gun for me, in exchange for building it, I was basically consulting him on how to get his YouTube channel off the ground, and what to, how to do this, how to make videos, how to get in contact with people and stuff like that. We had him come on the show, and then you guys saw that he was a character, and and he loved that. I'll tell you guys, genuinely, he loved that. He loved being on the show with all you guys and doing that. So
I remember one day, I was calling him and he was in the hospital. He's like, "Oh, I was trying to figure out how to do the show from the hospital." Like, dude,
Yeah, take a day off.
Yeah,
I got to grab something to show you guys. Hang on one second.
So
I used to love hearing how he had such a great relationship with like the chemo nurses that he'd see, all the time, and how he'd mess with, just screw with them all the time. It's like even when he's going through a ton of stuff, he's finding a way to make people laugh and make people have light, and it's like he was an amazing human being. And
It's too, it is sad that all that knowledge is getting lost, right? Like you guys
Oh,
like building stuff, and
for sure.
that stuff's getting lost, man. It's crazy, and
And
even
it's
with
it's people
him.
like Hoffman. I don't know like who's going to be the master of the Uzi from now on.
Right.
Where's
Yeah,
that
let's get
knowledge
Walther
going?
back in here. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. you know, um that's a good question. Like
Well,
who's the big Uzi guys out there these
oh,
days?
yeah, that I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then again,
That was
it's like,
Mhm.
go ahead, Walter. Go ahead.
no. I was gonna tell Hank that was my sister. Most of my sisters are gonna be at the remembrance thing, Hank. So
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
be on your best behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know one of your sisters. She likes me.
What kind of like or like?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Well, I don't know, but she lived in Vegas, and Walter and I used to hang out with her all the time. She's awesome.
When we go to the shot show, yeah.
Walter,
Now she
this is going to be hard to believe, but Walter's sisters are cute. They're cute. Walter.
I believe that.
I got the Cro-Magnon head. That's what I got, the Cro-Magnon head. So.
I'm with you. Being the ugly brother, if you have an ugly brother, the sisters are usually all my friends when I was growing up were always like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I will literally beat you to death
Yeah.
with the load."
Some of my close friends wanted to get in my sister's pants. So it's like. It's like I don't want to know.
I've seen dudes get shot down. Like Walt's sister that I know, she's high post, man. Remember there was who was that was flirting with her at Alexis's wedding, and she was like, "You don't have enough money for me. you're not even in my realm."
That's amazing. I love
and I'm just sitting there, and a dude is getting shot down hardcore. I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Oh, that's
what you should have done, Hank. This is what you should have done in that moment. Wait, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Continue.
Oh no,
right,
they're rough and rugged. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got to do some quick Hoff trivia, just a few questions, and then I'm going to show you guys something. Okay.
Okay.
So real quick. So you guys remember what he called his shit bag, his colostomy bag?
The poo pouch.
Yes,
the poo pouch. So one time we were on my show, he referred to it as his tactical shit pack. Okay.
Oh boy.
Because it's got to be tactical, or it's not cool. Or no, tactical shit pouch. Sorry. And we kind of wanted to take a play off of that. So what kind of apron did he rock?
I know all these answers.
All right, then you close your mouth. Let the other guys.
Yeah, I know these answers. I can't.
What? It was like wasn't it a white apron or something like that, or was it striped? That's a good question. I have to go back and look.
Was
it denim?
Denim.
Yes, denim.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was denim, and of course he had his colostomy bag. I didn't really want to use that one as a trivia. So and then the other thing is
he'd be proud of you. He'd be proud of you for bringing up his tactical shit bag once again.
I know he would. On
the internet.
And we had to honor him, and in honor of Hoff, we made this is the one and only. I mean, they're still actually, funny enough, still available out there for sale. But we made a denim. It's a denim fanny pack, and it says tactical shit pack or shit pouch on it. And the funny thing is, when you throw it over your body like crossbody, it actually sits like under you right there, right where his shit pouch did. So
I'm just saying that's not
perfect.
I think that's an amazing idea.
Yeah,
it's missing a stitched in brown hose hanging out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we should have done a like.
Oh Lord.
It just kind of dangles. It's like.
I just gotta get this out here, Dark. If you, I think that's an amazing idea, but I don't know if you are subscribed to this. I think I've told you this before. If you're gonna wear a fanny pack, wear it around your waist. Don't wear it like a crossbody. No. I don't know why, but when I see people wear a crossbody fanny pack, it sends me into just this instant rage of just wear it like a normal person, please. Like, oh my god.
Okay, well, there's specific crossbody stuff right? That you're
Yeah.
cool with that. You're cool with those.
Not
No,
fanny
no,
pack.
that just it's a lot of people are wearing them, and I don't know why it just bothers me.
Oh, okay.
So there's a reason then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's actually
Yeah.
a really good reason. It's because wearing fanny packs around your waistband, is really gay.
Okay, there you go.
I mean,
You know the reason.
we're talking TikTok gay.
Yeah.
Having a TikTok
Yeah,
ban. Yeah.
Not only TikTok gay, like getting banned from TikTok gay.
Yeah.
Wow.
JK.
Right. Man,
That's
with,
right.
with friends
tinnitus
like
was
these,
acting
who
up when
needs
you said that.
enemies, Joe? Who needs enemies?
I was gonna say my tinnitus was acting up as you were saying that. Could you repeat?
Okay.
Oh no,
Right,
you didn't miss anything.
JCP90 says Hoff in the 1980s he was working with Interarms. Interarms was a CIA front. There you go.
Hoffman said that wasn't true.
Some people say yes, some people say no.
We're going to take a break.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
All right, boom, there we go.
Harbor Firearms.
You better go check them out and spend some of your goddamn money.
Yeah.
No, I was just looking around. I'm like, where'd my 50 cal go?
I was gonna say,
Damn it, yeah, where is it?
It's tax season, Walter. You're gonna be getting a lot of orders for those 50 cals.
Yeah, how many do you even have right now? You got some 50s?
In stock?
Yeah.
There's a few, but I'm gearing up. I've been ordering a shitload of
Oh,
metal,
okay.
and we're cutting stuff. And
Oh, awesome.
I have some people interested in my guns from across the
waters.
Talk,
We get what country?
Parts of the world where they talk real funny. So
yeah. Yeah, remember OPSEC.
Yeah.
Listen. I think we've got to wrap the show up here, but I think, to me, I know it was cathartic to do this and talk about the Hoffmeister here one more again. I'm sure we'll be bringing him up and talking about him in times to come, and we were blessed to have him. I don't know who's going to take up the next curmudgeon-y role. I mean, obviously Walter has been the curmudgeon for a while, but we're gonna retire the extra curmudgeon now.
As I told my beautiful wife a little while ago, shortly ago, I said, "You are so lucky to have me because I don't look like an old fuck." So
wow, I don't even want to know how that conversation started.
Oh,
or ended.
She's laughing and well, here you go, here, Joe. I am next month. I will be 6'1", 60.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Do I fucking look like I'm 61?
No, you're
going to be.
No.
You don't look a day over 59 at all.
Yeah, I look a day over your age. So
No, honestly, I've been like, oh wow, I was at early 50s. You know, my dad's the same way. He looks very young, and he's 60. 60
exactly
68 67 68
I have gray hair all over my body, but on my head
except you manscape also, so you shape.
He's got my dad's
like
got the gray patches.
Yeah.
This
is a high speed gun guy secret.
I got no time for no silliness.
Why do you think everyone is sponsored by Manscaped?
Exactly.
Speaking of that, how the whole I own a Scottish piece of property. I'm a lord and a lady, and all that bullshit went down, and that all got shot down. A lot of the guys that were doing that are now all Manscaped, selling Manscaped stuff.
Oh, for sure, yeah. We used to talk about Manscaped at one point, and Manscaped is not bad, So
hey.
John Crump wants to ask about British cigarettes. We already talked about it, Crump. Why are you trying to get us banned?
The tags. I'll say it tag instead of. Yeah.
Okay.
We can say it on
Yeah.
this channel, can't we?
Yeah. No, he just wants to get us banned or whatever. But yes, the British refer to cigarettes as fags. Yeah, there
It's
you go.
fags. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah. Nothing
not
wrong with that.
Same
derogatory
as
over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a
There you
bundle
go.
of sticks. Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, bundle of
exactly.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, listen. Before this deteriorates into debauchery, you know. And then I see Flying Rich is over there trying to stay out of it. He's like, yeah, I don't want any conversations
It's
with Lola.
supposed to. It's
Yeah, he's trying to.
What JCP 90 says Rich allegedly 60. I'm not sure what that means, but
Rich
No.
60? No, Rich is nowhere near that.
No, he's way beyond it.
I don't even. When it comes to that whole thing, I just stop and I go, really? How?
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I could be in that
You're as old
assisted
as you
living.
feel.
You're always 10 years older than me, Walt.
Yeah, I can.
Just remember
I ride
that.
mini bikes. We do mini bike races sometimes, stuff like that. And I give those 25, 30-year-olds a hell of a time. They're smoking and
kicking 'em off?
drinking and everything else, and it's like doing the weed and everything, and it's like, yeah, I got you. Come on.
You
by
gotta
the
now
way-
you gotta bring that energy to like the villages or something like that, and just like
Well,
The
It is
villages.
to me when I get into competition like that, I get like real focused on killing the enemy, so to speak.
Steve
So
Fred.
when the guys in front of me going, I said, "I'm gonna get you, son of a bitch. I'm gonna get you. Get you."
Which, by the way, don't you have
Yeah.
a channel called Dirtfoot Racing that people can subscribe
Yeah,
to? On
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it's the
Walter's
it's a
going to put
competitive
machine
thing.
guns on dirt bikes.
that would be
No,
amazing.
that's a bad subject. You'll get monetized with that then.
I don't care. I want to see that.
Right. We'll put that on Utreon. We'll put it on Utreon.
Me and Hank
Drive
were at
around your
SEMA
property,
one year.
Hank.
Yeah.
Me and Hank were at SEMA one year, and one of the biggest mini bike channels, Cars and Cameras. Those guys were in one of the vendors' tents, and Hank goes, "You need to do a mini bike with a machine gun." And those guys shut down. It's like,
They were mad at me. And then Walter was mad because he really liked those guys. And I got mad. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
that's like on those channels they don't cuss or curse
Yeah.
or anything because
Right.
it just
Oh,
you won't
boy.
you won't get promoted at all. So they
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I
100%
understand. Yeah.
You know?
You got to get your hustle on. Pimps up, hoes down.
Yep.
When I do the Dirtfoot stuff, I don't get all like fuck you. I don't do all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I monetized them too. Yeah, look at that.
Yes, you are monetized. Crump says I
Yeah.
got a strike because Hoff kept dropping the F word. So there you go. Okay, listen, we are going to wrap it up. I'm going to let these guys tell you how you can support them, all of that kind of stuff. Big thanks, though, to everyone for joining us here and, helping us reminisce over Hoffman, Richard Hoffman, the Hoff, one of the two dicks. Flying Rich is going to have to, audition another dick.
I'm sure glad my name's not Richard.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can get
So-
Dick Heller in the mix too.
Oh,
to-
Lord. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that would be crazy. All right, so let's start with Dark. Dark, tell the folks out there, where they can find you, support you, etc.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And Hank, thank you again for having me on. It's always fun coming on. You guys are blessed. But so I'm Dark. I'm with DLD After Dark, and it's DLD After Dark on YouTube, DLD After Dark on Instagram, and Twitter. But that's kind of like the bathroom stall of the internet. And then I also have a company called DLD Hardware, where if you're into 80% building kits and stuff like that, I sell jigs and some gunsmithing parts for you to be able to complete your 80% build. And I actually have the only jig in the United States that works on the new bridge frame by Polymer 80, and it was developed by DLD. So check it out. It's only $25. And aside from that, the only other thing that I would ask is we tried really hard to raise as close to $10,000 as possible for Hoff, so he could have a full service.
A nice
And we ended
memorial.
up, and we ended up raising a lot. We raised like $5,300, and that's awesome and that's great. But if anybody out there does have a way to share it or share prayers or contribute, you can do so at givesandgo.com/Hoff.
Yeah. And Rich just put it in the chat here, and if it's not in our description, I'll make sure that it is in the description as well for you guys out there. Let's go to Joe, Shooting Gallery NE. Joe?
Yeah, they appreciate you having me on, Hank. We lost a family member pretty much to a lot of us here tonight, and I'm gonna miss Hoff for the rest of my life. But I appreciate you having me on. But my name's Joe. You can find me on Shooting Gallery NE on YouTube, Shooting Gallery New England on Instagram, and then on TikTok it's Shooting Gallery NE_backup. So for the backup account. But yeah, I'm on pretty much all social medias. And if you want to also check out my 3D printing channel, 3D Printing Joe on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. And we need to figure out how to move Joe down to Florida or some free state. So anyone that can help out with that, please, send some info, send some love, inspiration, in his direction. Let's go to Flying Rich. Go for it, Rich.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me on. And boy, I'm gonna shed a bunch more tears thinking about Hoff and miss him. Thinking that I'm never gonna get a call from him again. You can find me flyingrich.com. That's where all my social media is. So there's links to it there.
Absolutely. All right. And Walt.
Last but not least, Safety Harbor Firearms. Your quintessential whatever.
Okay, let's see if you know the rest. I don't think so.
Yeah, Safety Harbor Firearms on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and Utreon, along with, like Dark mentioned, Dirtfoot Racing, which is on all three of those, plus Utreon. And there's stenparts.com for you. Oh, your quintessential stent part needs.
Oh, boy.
I don't have a little buzzer thing. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. So listen, who's going to drop the words of wisdom here? Who wants to volunteer for words of wisdom in honor of Richard Hoffman? He's not here. I want some Richard Hoffman-esque words of wisdom. Who think they could do it? Anyone think they got it in them?
Whoa.
Come on, you guys. Someone's got to. Walter, you at least got to do it.
Okay,
I think it falls to you, Walter. I'm gonna roll the end in, and we're gonna come back, and Walter's gonna drop the words of wisdoms here. So big thanks to everyone out there. Let's do this. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching us here. We're going to rip the audio out of this, throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to get your audio podcast from. We're on Audible. You can go to hankstrange.com. We're part of the Firearms Radio Network as well. Big thanks to everyone who came out today to join us, in this remembrance of Richard Hoffman. I appreciate all you guys for doing that. I know this is a tough thing, especially for his family, and I would encourage folks to go to that Give, Send, Go that Rich has posted in the chat here. Walt, words of wisdom, sir.
Yeah, appreciate your friends, and don't take them for granted, because you never know how long they're going to be around, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, if like the guys that are 3D printing or the guys that are doing this, doing that, if you can pick up a hint or two and learn a little bit from them, do what you can, just once again, just, don't take things for granted. I will say that, because things can end rather quickly, and the next thing you know, it's like, as I said, when my dad's gone, it's like there's a disturbance in the force. Mm-hmm. It's like something's different, so it's like that might sound corny, but it's real. So anyways.
I agree. Thanks so much, everyone out there. I think I'll be back on Friday. We'll see you guys then. We're out of here. All right, I'm going to hit the buttons right now. Big thanks to everyone. One love. I love all of you guys. All of you guys here on the chat, everyone hanging out in the chat, everyone who came on the show. I love all of you guys, everyone in the gun community. It's one love. One love.
I love you, man. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.